Hey True Seekers, it's Nathaniel here, and I'm doing a deck profile for a Simon, Holy Spirit, and Universal deck. The Holy Spirit and Universal cards do not have any fellowship, so this is just kind of like a dual kind deck. So to start off with, we have our True Seeker Simon. Simon says, once per turn, you may reveal an animal from your hand, search your deck for the previous growth stage of the animal, shuffle your deck afterwards. And so we've chosen, so basically if you have a level 3 in your hand, you can reveal it, search your deck for a level 2. If you have a level 2 in your hand, you can reveal it, search your deck for a level 1. Where you're choosing to run 3 fasting because that helps out with our universal costs, and 3 standard Holy Spirit power cards, just so we can see enough power cards in the deck. If we could, it would all just be fasting, but you can only run up to 3 special kinds of power. All right. And then for equipment, running 2 Sword of the Spirit, which is a +3 to the Holy Spirit animal to whom this card is attached, gets 3 virtue points. So this is really good in just making it worthwhile for paying the extra costs to get 3 extra points. Then we got 2 Paul's Chains. Simon can grab the level 1s. However, starting off with the level 1s helps you out a lot when you have a level 3 and you search for a level 2. You just use Paul's Chains and just go grab it. We also use Paul's Chains to discard the animal that's in our small group. And also the animal that's Paul's Chains is attached to cannot be activated. So we have 2 Shake and Breaks. Shake and Break says return 2 level 1 Animo, excluding Ultra, discard pile to your hand. I could probably exchange one of these out for like an Ascension. But being able to grab back our level 1s is very helpful. 2 Peter's Vision, which says search your deck for a level 1 Animo and exchange it with an Animo and all equipment attached to it into your small group. So what we'll do is we'll have an Animo that has Paul's Chains attached to it. We'll shuffle it back into our deck and then get a level 1 that we need. So that way Paul's Chains is shuffled back in our deck. Now that Animo's, we don't have to discard with Paul's Chains. And we get to keep our Paul's Chains to use it for later. Then we got 2 Fishing Nets. Fishing Net says draw 2 cards. This was the last card in your hand. You draw 4 cards instead. And then we chose to run 2 Hidden Treasure. So Hidden Treasure says place 1 card in your hand at the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw 3 cards. This is very helpful because sometimes what you'll need to draw 3 cards and you'll have Simon's ability that doesn't seem useful at the time. So you can actually choose like one of your level 1 or level 2s, shuffle, put it on the bottom of your deck and draw 3 cards, and use Simon's ability to go grab it back if you had the level 3 or the level 2 in hand for that. And we have 2 Runaways, which pairs up with our Shake and Break, which says select any Animo from your discard pile and return it to your hand. It's pretty good to get back your level 2s to level 3 so that you can grow them. Next up is our Cinnies, and I'm doing something a little different with our Cinnies this time. So this Cinny says as long as the Cinny is active, your opponent may not reveal Cinnies. Okay? And we have Zapper King that says your opponent may not play any level 1 animal from their hand into their small group during their next turn. Both these Cinnies can kind of help you win the game by playing this to prevent your opponent winning, and playing this to prevent your opponent from making you not win. And then we have these 2 Animo. Or these 2 Cinnies. These 2 Cinnies say have an action that says when this Cinny is revealed blindly at random, select 1 card from your opponent's hand and have them discard it. And then Grasshopper says when played, your opponent reveals their hand, select 1 and have them shuffle it back into their deck. So this helps out with hand control, so that way you can get rid of cards from your opponent's hand. Next up we have Screeny. Screeny says your opponent may not use their True Seeker's ability while this card is active. And you have Deniala, which says as long as the Cinny remains active, your opponent may not use their True Seeker's power. And to keep in line with the power theme, action, select 1 special power card from your opponent's power pool and they must shuffle it back in their deck. So this is about controlling the True Seeker, controlling their hand, and controlling their power. Okay. Then we got Nash Tree Mega. Nash Tree Mega is a 16 defense Cinny. Its weakness is Raspberry. Then we're doing 1 and 1 of Manti. So Manti level 1 is a 1 for 3, not great value, but grows into Manti level 2, which is a 2 for 8. And search your deck for any power card and place directly in your power pool. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So this is going to help us get that fasting out there, or one of the standard power cards as well. Then we have Hybrid level 2, and hybrid level 1. So, hybrid level 1 is a 2 for 3, which isn't great, and hybrid's a 2 for 5, which isn't great, but has the ability when this card is played from your hand to grow hybrid level 1. You may search your deck for one standard power card and place it in your power pool. So, he also grows in hybrid level 3, but we're choosing not to run that because we are just looking for the utility of being able to get our power cards. Next up, we have Draylight level 1, which is a 1 for 2. We have Draylight level 3, level 2, which is a 2 for 7. Fair value. And then we have Draylight level 3, which is a 3 for 13. That says, when this card is played from your hand to grow a Draylight level 2, you may search your deck for any one card, shuffle your deck afterwards. So basically we're going to grow this, and we're going to then just grab any card that we need from our deck. And top it off with, we have Draylight Ultra, just to stay on theme. Moving into Floraline level 2 and Floraline level 1. This is where we're going to start switching over to our Universal Animo. Floraline level 2 is a 2 for 8, but has the ability that if you're facing this enemy, it has no activation cost. And Floraline level 1 is a 1 for 4, which is a fair value for a level 1 that grows. Alright, and because this card's thematic, we have Servitude. Servitude says this card costs 1 less power to activate for each Love or Holy Spirit animal in your small group. So if you have 3 Holy Spirit animal in your small group, this guy can cost 0. And a 0 for 5 is pretty good. Then we have 2 Mercifier level 1. A lot of the cards in the deck get access to the level 1 very easily, very quickly, very efficiently. Mercifier is a 2 for 7, which is really good. Then has the ability that this card's in your small group, you may choose to swap it with a level 1 Animo with a virtue points of 7 or less. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Then we have 2 Alphalux level 1, 2 Alphalux level 2, which is a 1 for 1, which is terrible value. But in the beginning was the Word was God, and the Word was God. You have Alphalux level 2, which is a 3 for 8, which is okay value. And Jesus said to him, I'm the way, the truth, and life. No man comes to the Father except through me. And then you have Alphalux level 3, which is a 3 for 15, which is amazing, high value card. I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. He is the eternal King. And to stay on theme there, we have Alphalux Ultra, which is a 3 for 10, but has an ability. When this card is activated, any Animo also activating the same turn gains 2 virtue points. And then to top off our dragon theme, we have Prayer Group level 1. Prayer Group level 1 is a 1 question mark for ×3 and has the ability that says you may activate this card using up to 6 of any power. When activated, this card is worth 3 virtue points for each power that was used to activate it. So you can pay 3 fasting cards for 6 universal, and it will become a 3 for 18. And that is extremely strong. So we're going to go ahead and bring this video to a close. And we are going to end this with our flashy dragons here. And this has been our Holy Spirit and Universal Dual Kind deck. In the meantime, Truth Seekers, keep learning virtues and defeating sinnies.